What is going on, Governors? Chisgule here, and today we're going to do a progress update on our Chisgule Lives account, which is 33 days old. We're going to talk very briefly about the Smash Squad. We're going to unlock Richard the First on this account, and we're also going to spin Edward a whole heck of a lot. So if you like Rise of Kingdoms videos, where we talk all about how we're progressing into the game, you should like and subscribe because we've been on quite a journey. So we're 33 days in on the Chisgule Lives account. Ton of progress that's been made. And if you're looking at an account that's $500 in and 30 days into its development, what might that look like in Rise of Kingdoms? We're sitting at about 5 million power. I think if we were farming more aggressively, we could be doing better. You know, we got a full-time job here, so we're only able to do so much farming on this account. And our troop count is looking as follows: only 200 and almost 52,000 troops at this point, and that's split across T4 and T3 and a little bit of T1 siege units because we still have to go gather with regular troops, not siege units, which is kind of incredible that that is still a true statement. But 30 days in, we don't have enough siege units to fully farm with only siege units. If we look at our city, we have not advanced our City Hall in quite some time. We need to go to City Hall 22. There are some pretty major benefits from going up to City Hall 22. If we get a look here, we will get our 5th troop dispatch queue, which is a really big deal. The hold up to this point has been purely resources, and I think we've just sort of reached the point where we've got enough resources to pull this off. Our commanders are looking pretty good. I still feel very good about my choices here, focusing on Minamoto as a commander that we've bought our way into. We're now starting to level up Ethelfled because we maxed her first skill, which is great. We also are focused on Sun Tzu and Boudica, who are progressing pretty nicely. We drop all of our universal epic commander sculptures into Sun Tzu right now. We're going for that expertise skill to make our garrison stronger. And, I mean, in part because this commander is just so good. This commander is so good. So that's something that we're pretty interested in investing in. Also, you know, I've mentioned Boudica's coming along nicely. 5333 is a pretty good place, but we'll probably go and expertise her next. And from there, I actually maybe we'll prioritize Joan of Arc over Boudica as a commander that I invest in pretty heavily, because Joan of Arc as a primary would actually be pretty spectacular at this point in the kingdom's development. I still have all of my universal legendary commander sculptures. So we're sitting at 106 of those, which is a pretty good place to be, because Richard has hit the wheel. I guess about 35 days old, Kingdom Age 35 days, was when Richard first showed up here, which is amazing. And I would love if we could unlock this commander. We currently, I think, have none of his sculptures. So let's spin the wheel here. Yeah, we have none of his sculptures. Let's spin the wheel and see if we can unlock this. Before we do, a couple other quick things I should call out about my city. Hospital capacity is sitting at 161,000, which is pretty solid, but we're moving further and further away from being able to cover all our troops with hospital. And our resource gathering buildings are getting leveled up pretty highly. That is in part because we really wanted to accumulate resources so that we could build our city hall. And in order to do that, we've had to build things that don't take many resources. That's why we're working on resource buildings. I would love to be running around and really destroying the events for Halloween on this account. But like, honestly, I guess I should be looking at this tab. I just don't have the time to run around and do all these events on both Chisgule and Chisgule Lives. So let's go in and do a little bit of spinning here. I would like to unlock Richard the First. So I'm going to do a 5-spot spin. Really hope we get a high volume of sculptures here. Anything we get on the wheel is actually good, though, which is so refreshing. The Universal Commander sculpture is pretty good, but actually, well, we didn't unlock Richard. We didn't unlock Richard here. I wonder, we'll take our 50% off spin. I wonder if maybe the way to approach this is to get Richard over the course of a couple of these events. Maybe that's the way to do it. Let's see here. We know Richard will be back on the wheel again, but maybe I should just plan to spin the 25. I think Richard's going to show up again. So this time around, if we're playing the value game, we get the 5 sculptures, the low spend value game, by the way. We get the 5 sculptures, and then we wait till the wheel shows up again with Richard, and we get the 5 sculptures again. And that's probably the way to approach this. I don't know. I'll confirm that he shows up again. I'm 99% sure that he will, and that'll be the way that we handle it. That's probably going to be the way that goes. Let's jump over to our main account. Ooh, actually, before we do, I saved up 29 gold keys on this account. We need to open these. Oh, do we need to open these? I always save these gold keys because every single one on this account is just busted good. 3 Mehmed is pretty solid. Gaius Marius, we actually still need his sculptures, which is it feels good. Everything you get in a gold key at this stage is value. Kusunoki's pretty solid. Really happy to get Joan of Arc and Sun Tzu sculptures there. Love it. Gold Star is good. Cruising along here. Lancelot's cool. All right. What else do we got? Blessed Dazzling Starlights are good. Cruising along. Belisarius is good. Sarka's good. I mean, it's funny. I feel like this set of keys is maybe not as good as some other keys. Boudica is really good. We got 2 Boudica there. That's awesome. Down to the last 9 keys. Ooh, 5 Sun Tzu is outstanding. We can put another skill on Sun Tzu, which we're going to go and do in a second here. 5 more keys. I saw a legendary. Ooh, it's El Cid. All right. I saw the star. Baibars is good, but not a commander we're working on yet. 2 more gold keys. Hey, more Mehmed II. Cool. And Tamo, which is a commander we're not going to use. So if we go take a look at what we got here, we can put another skill on Mehmed II, which seems like a slam dunk to just go and do that. Working on that first skill before we proceed any further. We can drop another skill, as I mentioned, on the Gaius Marius, which, look, that troop load is actually a really big deal for me at this stage. I'm sending non-siege units, so that's amazing. And what I can do is pull over a bunch of universal commander sculptures here, send 32 over, and upgrade again on Sun Tzu here. So we now have a 5-5-2-4 Sun Tzu, which is pretty good. It's going to be a bunch more sculptures before we can expertise him, another 200-ish. But I'm feeling really quite good about our progress there. Excellent. Our garrison is looking pretty solid. I feel good about this pairing for now. I want to get Minamoto off the wall. We're not quite there yet. Let's head over to Chisgule, our main account. Here we go. And let's spin Edward of Woodstock. By the way, apologies that I still have a little bit, in fact, a non-trivial amount of echo. Man, we've got some really sweet plans for how we're going to deck out this studio. In the meantime, thank you for bearing with me while we get set up here. Okay, so we've now switched back over to the Chisgule main account, sitting at 98 million power. And we've got 60 more spins to rock here on Edward. So we're going to fire this up and we're going to talk Smash Squad, because one of my sort of leadership mantras here is that, silence is deafening and leadership is about repetition. So I do want to communicate pretty clearly about kind of what's going on with Smash Squad and what we're doing next. I mentioned before that we've got a kingdom identified that we're pretty happy about. And we are now at the stage where we've put out a call for people to join the list of people who are interested in joining the kingdom. And we now have a really huge list of players that want to come into the kingdom, which is awesome. You haven't heard back yet. No one has. That's totally cool. We are interested in talking to everybody, but don't yet have the time to reach out to every single person. That was a pretty decent set of spins, by the way. And we can claim this reward over here. Nice. 10 more legendary commander sculptures. We're cruising, baby. So our next step at this point is to recruit the leaders of the kingdom. And we're going to, in my perfect world, find like 20 plus people from those who applied to the kingdom that are interested in serving in some sort of leadership capacity as either an officer or a wartime leader or something. And a couple folks from our group are going to reach out. So if you filled out the form to join the Smash Squad, and I'll have a link in the description in case you're still interested in filling that out. If you had applied to join the Smash Squad and said you were interested in leadership or had done leadership roles in the past in Rise of Kingdoms, we'll be contacting you probably over the next week to have that conversation. Our timeline for migration is no sooner than the end of the Ark of Osiris League. So we've got some time before we actually go anywhere. We've got time to sort all this out. But if you're under like 35 million power for sure, you should expect, if you filled out the form to join the kingdom, that you'll be joining us. Now, that was not amazing. I guess I like the gold, I like the training speed ups, and I like the 45 hours of speed ups, but oh, we're out of gems. Fam, we're out of gems. Well, good news, ish. We actually intend to buy the $100 bundle today. So let's put our spend blocker up on the wall. Good old Richard. Someone thought the Guardian of My Heart joke was just hilarious last time. I thought that comment was pretty great. There we go. $100 bundle purchased. So we're totally good to go over here. Gems? Oh, we got gems. We got gems. We complete the next day of the recharge rewards, which is great. And we can go back on our merry way here, spinning this wheel. All right, away we go. Spinning the wheel. So we're going to be reaching out, again, to people who could potentially serve as leaders of the kingdom. We're going to get them all lined up. After they're lined up, we're going to be reaching out to everybody, reminding everyone that, like, hey, if you applied and you're under, a certain amount of power, like, yeah, you're in. The challenge will be folks that are higher than like 40 billion power because we really want to avoid flipping the Kingdom Imperium. And that could happen really, really easily unintentionally, given how powerful the 30 or so T5s that we have for the Smash Squad are. So hang tight on that. We'll see if you have applied and you're a T5 and you're really interested. Like, we'll see what we can do. I'm still figuring that out. I also think that there's a non-trivial chance that they will open up. That was a decent spin. That they will open up migration and that like everybody who wants to come can come. And we'll see if there's a period of time in which that becomes possible. Gosh, these spins for Edward have been way below average compared to my other spins. I mean, I say that as I get, the 45 hours of speed ups and the 2 Edward sculptures, but like, also, I guess we can claim this over here. Solid 15 more Edward of Woodstock. We're spinning, by the way, beyond the requisite 100 because we think it's good value generally. I'll say last round we got more lucky than we did this round. All it would take would be like 1 landing on the 8 spot to sort of turn around our luck here. Although that really has not happened yet. That was a good spin. 4 stars and 2 legendary commander sculptures is an amazing set of spins. That is an amazing set of spins. More universal. It's remarkable to me how many universal commander sculptures we've gotten this time around on the wheel. That is pretty remarkable to me. This spin is below average. And 5 more spins to round it out. And like, we're practically out of gems, actually. I don't know. Will we spin Edward to 180? Gee, we don't have the gems right now. And these spins have not looked good at all. I don't know. Tune back in tomorrow to see if we spin to 184. I don't know if they changed the wheel, but I talked to a couple people who feel like the spins were not as good, but this is the nature of a random number generator. Sometimes they're better, sometimes they're worse. I'm having fun, though. I'm having a grand old time. Hopefully you enjoyed this update on the Restart project. You enjoyed hearing about where we're at with Smash Squad, watching me spin the wheel to get kind of wrecked going for Richard I and also Edward. If we take a look, by the way, at his skills, we can just get a quick peek over here. I don't think we can do another upgrade. We cannot. We're 14 short. If we spin the wheel again tomorrow, then we probably can get the 14 sculptures we need, but we'll see. We're up to 753 Universal Commander sculptures, which is kind of busted, and this number is only going up. If they bring new commanders in the game, which I'm sure they will, we'll be able to expertise those commanders really quickly if we feel like that's the thing we want to do. Or we could just go back and expertise Constantine, which... that's a tempting project. I've always felt like he needs to be the primary commander, though, and that would be a lot of work. So, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what sort of stuff you want to hear about next or what you'd want a video on. I've got an interesting special topic that I'll probably queue up tomorrow. And until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom.